Ever stop and think about the single coolest piece of tech you own? I'll give you a hint. It's not your phone, it's not your laptop, and it's not your gaming console. It's something you have with you all the time. It's your voice. And honestly, it's the most incredible, built-in instrument you will ever get.
So what if I told you that you're walking around with a super advanced musical instrument and a supercomputer, both built right inside of you, working together perfectly? Sounds kind of like science fiction, right? Well, it's true, and today we're going to take a full behind-the-scenes tour of how this amazing system works.
All right, first stop on our tour. Every piece of tech needs a power source, right? A phone needs a battery, a console needs to be plugged in. Well, your voice is no different. It has a battery pack, but this one doesn't run on lithium-ion. Nope, your voice is powered by the air you breathe.
And the core of that power pack is this awesome muscle you have right under your lungs called the diaphragm. Just think of it as your own personal, rechargeable power bank. Having good control over it is the difference between having a weak, laggy signal and broadcasting your voice with full bars, crystal clear.
So how do you charge it up? It's pretty cool. When you take a breath in, your diaphragm tightens and moves down. This creates more space in your chest, kind of like a vacuum, and whoosh, air rushes in to fill your lungs. But here's the real secret, the pro-level move. It's all about the exhale. A singer learns to control this muscle so the air flows out in a super steady, even stream. That controlled airflow is the fuel that powers everything else.
Okay, power pack is fully charged. We've got our fuel. But fuel on its own doesn't do much, does it? You need an engine to turn that fuel into action. So for that, we're going to move up to your throat and check out your larynx, which you probably know as your voice box. This is the core engine of your instrument. Tucked inside that voice box are two small but incredibly powerful bands of muscle called your vocal folds. You might have heard them called vocal cords. It's the same thing. And trust me, these little guys are where all the magic starts. All that air we just stored up is about to hit them and make some noise.
Check it out. They basically have two modes, on and off. When you're just breathing, not making a sound, they're open wide. It's like an open gate, letting air pass through silently. But the second you want to talk or sing, your brain sends a signal, and bam, that gate closes. Now the air from your lungs has to push its way through, and that forces the folds to vibrate. And that vibration? That's it. That's the raw sound of your voice being born.
And when I say they vibrate, I mean they vibrate fast, like mind-blowingly fast. To hit a really high note, your vocal folds can flap back and forth up to 1,000 times in a single second. That is an absolutely insane level of precision. So how do you change notes? Well, if you've ever even seen a guitar, this will make total sense. It's all about tension. To hit a high note, tiny muscles stretch your vocal folds long and thin, just like tightening a guitar string. They get taut and vibrate super fast. And for a low note, those muscles relax, making the folds shorter and thicker, kind of like a loose, floppy bass string. And those vibrate much, much slower.
Okay, so we've got this raw buzzing sound coming from our engine. But right now, it's actually pretty quiet and kind of buzzy. So it's time to run that sound through your body's built-in sound system, the amplifiers and audio effects that make your voice sound uniquely like you.
This whole setup is called your vocal tract. It's basically all the open spaces in your throat, your mouth, and even your nasal passages. These spaces act like a natural speaker cabinet or an amplifier, taking that tiny little buzz from the vocal folds and making it bigger, richer, and a whole lot louder.
The way this works is through something called resonance. As the sound waves travel up, they bounce all around those spaces. Some frequencies get boosted while others get kind of muted. It's like your voice has its own personal audio filter or custom EQ settings. And that is exactly why your voice has a unique sound, completely different from anyone else's in the world.
So we have power, we have sound, we have amplification. We're making a nice, loud ah sound, but it's still just a noise. The final step is to shape that noise into actual words, and for that, you need your controllers. Think of these as your body's keyboard, mouse, and joystick, all rolled into one.
This shaping process has a fancy name, articulation. But really, it's just you using your mouth, tongue, and lips to sculpt that sound into clear speech. It's what turns an ooh sound into the word you. This is the fine-tuning that lets us actually communicate.
And the amazing part is, you use these controllers without even thinking. Your tongue darts around at incredible speeds to make L's and T sounds. Your lips press together for a P or round out for an O. And get this, your soft palate, that squishy part at the back of the roof of your mouth, acts like a little trapdoor, deciding whether air goes out your nose or your mouth. It's all happening on autopilot.
Now, like any high-end piece of tech, your voice gets updates, and it definitely needs a little maintenance to keep it running smoothly. So let's talk about the biggest system update you'll ever get and a few easy ways to take care of this amazing instrument.
So, about that system update, one of the biggest ones you'll ever experience happens during your teenage years. Puberty isn't just about getting taller, it's a massive hardware upgrade for your voice.
Before the update, your vocal folds are shorter and thinner, which is why kids have higher voices. But during puberty, your whole larynx gets bigger, and your vocal folds get longer and thicker. This is what causes your voice to drop into its new, lower adult pitch. Oh, and those random voice cracks? That's just your brain getting used to the new controls. Seriously, it's like you've been using a standard game controller your whole life, and someone hands you a pro one with extra buttons. You're gonna mess up for a bit. It's totally normal.
So how do you take care of this incredible piece of gear? It's actually really simple. First, hydrate. Drink plenty of water. Your vocal folds need it to stay flexible and lubricated. Second, warm up. If you know you're going to be talking or singing a lot, ease into it, just like you'd stretch before playing a sport. And finally, just give it a rest. After a long day of use, let it recover.
And all of this brings us back to that supercomputer we talked about, your brain. See, your voice is an internal instrument, and it's controlled completely by your nervous system. Before you even make a sound, your brain imagines it, calculates it, and sends lightning-fast signals to coordinate everything perfectly. Your thoughts and feelings literally become sound waves that travel through the air. It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
So there you have it. We've toured the power pack, the sound engine, the amplifier, and the controllers. The most important thing to remember is that you have this unbelievably complex, powerful, and totally unique instrument built right inside you. The only question left is, now that you know how it works, what are you going to create with it?